My brother has started a Call of Cthulhu 7th edition campaign. This is the first time any of us have played the game that publisher Chaosium's arguably best known for. Prior to this, I ran in the 2-player adventure with him, and I must say, as a fan of Lovecraftian horror, I was hooked. Our group is now starting in the first main adventure included with the game. Today's episode is part 1 of our journey into terror. It's time for Cthulhu at Night. The Old Ones ruled the earth aeons before the rise of man. Traces of their cyclopean cities can still be found on remote islands buried amid the shifting desert sands and in the frozen wastes of the polar extremes. Originally, they came to this world from the stars. They sleep now, some deep within the earth or beneath the sea. When the stars are right, they shall again walk the earth. Edge of Darkness, Part 1. Our keeper for this adventure is Brad. Investigator Chadwick Pennington is played by Brennan. Investigator Jerome Ackland is played by Greg, and I'm playing the role of Investigator Rex Rogers.
Let's get this started right away then. So, basically this is taking place in the summer of 1923. You guys, I think, all reside in Arkham, Massachusetts, from what I recall. So just a couple days prior, each of you received a telegraph, basically stated from the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained, which you all are part of from the university. You guys are all members. Basically a telegraph stating that your appearance or your skill sets and knowledge are required in a matter that is of utmost concern and privacy to the society, and they would like you to investigate it. Who you're investigating is an individual called Rupert Merriweather. He was once a member of the SEU, so he's an alum now. It states in the telegraph that a brief statement that basically he was an individual that had a splinter group that separates sort of from the SEU that was delving into dark magic, and the society wants each of you to deal with it, well, to go and sort of handle what the former alum has to say and everything else. So on the telegraph, there is also 2 other names. So obviously on, just to say who's going to be there. So obviously on yours, Chadwick's, you'll have Rex's name and Jerome's name on there. Rex, obviously Chadwick and Jerome, Rex and Chadwick. So all the names are associated to it, so you guys know who will be most likely attending. So the attendance is for Thursday at 1 o'clock at the Arkham, at the St. Mary's Teaching Hospital. And so it's located in downtown Arkham.
Could you give us our group's name again? Sorry, Brad.
Yeah,
Notes.
So it is the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained, SEU.
SEU. Okay, great.
Okay, Brian, you're taking notes?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. St. Mary's Teaching College, was it?
St. Mary's Teaching Hospital.
Teaching Hospital. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Society of the what?
Exploration of the Unexplained. The exploration. Yeah, of the Unexplained. Yeah.
I was like, explanation of the unexplained. That doesn't make any sense.
Exploration of the Unexplained. Maybe
Exploration.
I like it. It's like an ironic group.
We explain the unexplained.
And so on each of your guys' telegraphs, that's the symbol of the society.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
So you guys are well aware of sort of being summoned in such a sense.
Right. Rupert Merriweather, that was his name, right?
Yeah.
He was a former member. He's formed a splinter group. Or after him.
Not after him, but you requested by the society to go assist him.
Oh, we're going to assist him. Okay.
Yeah.
We're assisting in taking him down.
But those matters were left obscure or unexplained.
Yeah,
we don't know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All you know, and so for your guys' history, because obviously you guys are all part of the SCU, you're aware of Rupert Merriweather. You're aware that he and a bunch of friends, made a splinter group from the SCU to investigate black magic or darker magic. So they were still a part of the SCU. They were just in their own little group that was developed. He's one of the alums of the society, and you've met him prior, just in passing in some of the meetings that occur at the university. But so you guys are well aware of him as an individual. Right. All right. So at this point, because this was all delivered to each where you were staying at a residence or whatnot, we'll fast forward quickly to 1 p.m. on Thursday, down in front of the hospital, where, depending on how you guys arrive there, you're all going to arrive at the same time and sort of meet up. So you guys let me know if you're going to drive there or whatever the case may be, your vehicles or anything else.
I am driving in my Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll catch a ride with Rex.
Oh, yeah.
Rex?
Yeah, I was thinking I'd probably be
some kind of ride.
I'd probably be more like driving you in your car. Don't you have like a fancy car?
I don't know if it's fancy for the time. Maybe it is, but it's it's a car.
I think it'd be part of my duties. I'd be like your sometimes driver as well when I'm not posing for faces.
Yeah, I imagine you're just like hanging around my house a lot. And it's just like, well, we got to go to this thing. And you're like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you guys make your way down. And so St. Mary's Teaching Hospital is located, like I said, downtown Arkham, and it's adjacent to the Miskatonic University. So you guys are pretty familiar with the area. So you guys make it down there for 1 p.m. You make it on time. So Rex, Chadwick, you guys come together. Jerome, you come and probably park at the university because you're Mr. Professor. As you guys head into the hospital, check in at the desk, which they're already aware of you coming. So that's simple enough. And as you guys make it upstairs to the third floor where he is staying, Rupert Merriweather's staying, you guys all run into each other outside, basically the door to his room. And at this point, you guys can describe yourselves to each other. Yeah, chat and greet, or whatever the case may be.
Okay. I just have one question. Brennan, is your character named Chadwick? I thought it was like Roland Cuthbert, or is that someone else?
No, I'm Chadwick. Yeah, you can call me Chad, though.
Oh, okay. Why do I have that name written down? All right, no worries. We'll figure it out. Probably a backstory that I forgot.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Rex Rogers, who's been hanging out with Chadwick for the past while. He is dressed in a fedora, has like one of those long kind of trench coats, and just wearing like regular slacks and maybe some functional shoes and kind of like a white collared shirt underneath. And he's very rugged, scruffy looking, like he hasn't shaved in a few days. Got the old 5 o'clock shadow going. And his eyes are very sharp, almost bordering on kind of like that 1,000-yard stare or whatever. But he's kind of like glancing around a bit. Not so much tweaky, but he seems maybe a little rough. Can't tell what he's thinking.
Tweaky. Yeah.
Just twitching?
Adjective. Yeah, just twitching. Yeah. I'll go because I'm with him. Chadwick Pennington, tall, lean. I'm guessing kind of. What have I put down here? Distinguished features: hawkish nose and strong chin, emblematic of an upper crust bloodline or something like that. Receding hairline that's graying at the temples, close to his mid-40s. Stylish 2-button suit. Mahogany cane, Fedora, of course. The pocket watch. Yeah, maybe it looks like the more stylish, put together, showered, and less tweaky version of Rex. Yeah, maybe we're like an oddball couple, kind of like a Laurel and Hardy or something.
All right. And I guess coming in, I'm wearing my kind of flapper suit, pants, shirt, vest, jacket, and also a fedora. So
Nice.
yeah, we're all rocking that. I've got my pocket watch, and I'm tall and clean shaven, very much put together and professor like.
Professorial, yeah, that's right. Well, I'll greet him and say, I noticed your name on here. I was excited to see it. It's nice to see you again. Kind of curious about, why we're all over here.
Yeah, good to see you guys too. It's very archaic, the message we got, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any insight on this? Do you know this Rupert fellow? I've never heard of him, never seen his name, I don't think.
I've heard of his name, definitely. Yeah. He's been around, but never met him.
Wow. I mean, a splinter group, that sounds pretty interesting.
Sounds like a traitor.
Right on. Yeah, so when you guys are done greeting each other, conversing, yeah, you guys can head in whenever you want.
All right, let's go in there.
For sure.
As we're going in, I'm going to kind of absent-mindedly close my pocket watch, which was also out, and put it away. And I'll say, Professor, you're about 5 seconds late. That kind of tardiness would get you killed in the war.
Good thing we're not at war, son. Gunny, sonny. I don't know. What would I call it?
I kind of raised my eyebrow. Like, what, son?
Gunny. Good thing we're not at war, Gunny.
There we go. That makes yeah. Because I think you're the youngest of the group.
We're not at war, Dad.
All right. As you guys open the door to the room, the first thing you see is a bedridden Rupert Merriweather, engaged with two other visitors who appear as one is an older lady, so she sort of has a handkerchief, graying hair, is lightly sobbing and tears in her eyes and everything else like that. The individual looks a lot younger male. He glances over at the door and looks at you guys, and he has like the sort of greasy matted down hair, and he has like weasel like features and stuff, and gives you guys kind of a sneer. Rupert Merriweather himself rises a little bit out of bed as you three enter, and he's looking really frail. He's a frail looking old man. Looks like he's like completely gray haired, really gaunt features, so sunken cheeks, glossy kind of eyes, and he kind of raises one of his hands, sort of acknowledging you three as you guys enter.
Like in a wave?
Yeah, like just putting up his hand to sort of like, greet you with a wave from the bed.
I'll just look over the other visitors in there, the old lady and the young Weasley-looking fella, and study them. Would we know who they are, or is there anything to determine the relation? Anything?
No, not at the moment. No, you wouldn't know the relations at the moment.
Didn't think there'd be anyone else here.
So as you guys step in, Mr. Merriweather in a raspy voice, is like, "Oh, it's fantastic. Come in, please." And he's like, "I just want to introduce you all right now. These are my friends from the university, and this is my wife, Agnes, and my son, Bertrand. And they are," and he sort of like points a hand towards yourself, Rex.
I will say Rex Rogers.
And Dr. Jerome Ackland.
Chadwick Pennington. Great to meet you. I'll go to shake his hand.
Yeah, as you step up, like he'll like lightly grasp your hand, pretty weak grip. His wife Agnes sort of introduces herself to each of you, and Bertrand does the same.
Yeah.
In a pretty standoffish way. But after the pleasantries are sort of done and everything else like that, Rupert will sort of look towards his weeping wife and also his son, and just ask them to leave the room so he could speak with you guys, or his colleagues, alone. Both Agnes and Bertrand leave the room, shut the door, and as they're closing the door, you can see Rupert kind of lean over in the bed to make sure the door is completely closed.
I'll help along with that and kind of usher them out. Thanks. We'll let you know when we need to let you know. And then I'll make sure the door's shut and lock it behind or whatever. Given that Bertrand kid an eye like I don't trust him already. He looks too weaselly for me.
Yeah, he'll be looking at you, each of you dubiously as he leaves the room. Didn't say much. All right, as the room's closed and you guys have a moment there with Rupert, he'll kind of adjust himself in bed and sit up and basically say, in my youth, I and some fellow students became involved in what we believe to be an innocent exploration of the occult, led by a slightly older man named Marion Allen. The six of us purchased an old farmhouse a few miles west of Arkham, near the village of Ross's Corners. There we could conduct seances and other psychical research in privacy. Alas, our work had unforeseen results. Our last experiment summoned an evil force into this world. Instead of attempting to expel the thing, we were afraid and abandoned the old house, confident that the magic that brought the evil to this world would also keep it confined in the vacant house or send it back after a short time. However, I have since discovered that the spell that binds the entity to the house lasts only as long as the casters live. I am the last of the group, and I fear that upon my death, the thing will go free and wreak havoc on the folks thereabouts. I'm too old, too ill, and too much of a coward to go back to that house to try to banish the entity myself. I'm guilty of many things, but my deepest sin was unleashing that horror that fateful night. I'm convinced the entity will escape its confinements on my death. He sort of gestures to this box that's sitting by the bedside. It's just a basic-looking brown box. Take the box. All the aid I can offer you lies within. You must find the courage to send that thing back to where it came from. You must see that this is done. Do this for me, please.
I will open the box.
Jerome, you head over to the box. As you pick up the box and you take a look at it and you look over at Mr. Rupert there, he starts sort of coughing and choking a little bit violently, and he kind of spasms a bit, doubles up, and then coughs for a huge gout of blood. And right as you're grabbing this box, right by the bedside table, you get spattered in this blood coming from his mouth.
Yeah.
And then Rupert collapses back into the bed, and it looks like he falls into a coma.
We need a medic.
So the first thing we're going to do first is, fantastically enough there, Jerome, you're going to make the first sanity test.
Okay.
So basically that is, it's a roll 1 die 100.
46.
So to succeed a sanity roll equal to or less than your sanity point right now.
So right now, is my sanity just my power?
So yeah, you can go lower or higher. So you succeed that, which is good. So you don't lose any sanity in regards to being covered in blood.
The other thing is I have 71 in medicine. Can I spring into action to do something for Rupert?
You don't really have any of your tools with you
I don't.
in regards to anything at the time. But yeah, this is what you guys sort of come, and you see sort of Merriweather kind of slump back, and you can make an assessment. Well, you wouldn't even have to roll it. Like right away, you can kind of tell that he went into a coma and he needs some medical assistance almost immediately.
This man is in a coma and needs medical assistance immediately.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Rush over and try to wipe some of the blood from his mouth or something with my handkerchief or something.
While they're tending to him, I'll open the door and is the family still there? Are they in the waiting area or something?
There's like in the hallway and stuff like that, you can see some nurses and the family's down a bit of a ways down the hall.
I'll yell for a doctor.
Yeah, as you call for a doctor, so right after that sort of happens, and obviously Chowk and Jerome are attending to him as best as possible. The room quickly fills with interns, nurses, Merriweather's concerned wife and son. And so the doctors that were sort of tending to him, like rush in and push you guys away from the bedside kind of deal. And then after a short period of time, with box in tow, a nurse sort of hurries all three of you out of the room while they tend to him.
So now we're back in the hallway.
Yeah.
Can I borrow one of your guys' handkerchiefs?
Yeah. Mine's a little bit bloodstained, but you're welcome to it. Maybe Rex is better.
That dapper suit there, Jerome, is looking stained.
Rex, do you have a handkerchief? Because I forgot mine.
I'll be like, we can't be going out in public with you looking like that, Jerome. Okay. Now, first of all, why do you think he asked us of all people? I'm gonna look at this. Did he hand us a note?
Oh, he handed you a box. And so
Just a box.
Yeah. Before Jerome was truly able to open it, obviously Meriwether went to a fit. And so you guys still have the box in tow.
Can we open the box now?
Absolutely. If you guys want to stand in the hallway and open it out there.
Let's not open it right now. I'm gonna suggest that we go back to my place. We'll get some sherry or brandy or something. We're gonna talk about this. You need to change of clothes, Jerome. Yeah, I got some clothes for you. I can suit you up here, or we can at least get your clothes laundered, and we can discuss this. Maybe we need to contact someone in the group, but this is a pretty heavy-duty request, and of course to make it and then just lapse into a coma.
Sounds
this
like
feels like like as if this spirit has already broken its bounds or something like that, or its bonds or something like that. So I suggest we regroup, we go back to my place, we can discuss this, maybe open this box up and see if it gives us any clues. But I don't think we should do it here in the hospital.
I concur.
I'm assuming Rex is in agreement as well.
Sounds good to me. I'll start the car.
Yeah, so you guys sort of head out of the hospital with the information that was given to you and head over to Chad's place, wherever that is located, and the balmy mansion or what?
It's like a penthouse apartment, a nice penthouse, and like a like a 4-story walk up or something like that.
Straight up downtown Arkham?
Yeah, like downtown. Yeah, exactly.
As we're going to the cars, I'll say to the professor, hope that thing can keep up with you driving.
Aren't I riding with you guys?
I thought you were following in your Mercedes. You're just going to leave your car?
Well, it's at the university.
You can ride in our car. It's fine.
I don't know how close it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Then instead, while we're in the car driving, I'll say...
What other dig can I take at this professor?
No, this is completely different.
What do you got a problem with the professor for?
It's completely different. Oh, professor. No, I'll say, poor sap. That's what you get for messing with the occult like that.
I just look down at my bloody clothes and glare at Chris in the rearview mirror.
No, I'm not calling you a sap. I'm calling what's-his-face a sap.
Just always
we're calling him a sap. I was like, whoa.
No.
You're calling Rupert a sap.
Yeah.
Just getting rolled by Rex constantly.
No. No, because clearly, you didn't mess with the occult. That was the Rupert guy. That wasn't you. So no, I will offhandedly comment about Rupert. Poor sap. That's what you get for messing with the occult.
Yeah, clearly.
Sounds like it's our mess to clean up.
Yeah, and why is that exactly?
Well, what you guys know is because you're a part of the society and you're basically there to tie up the loose ends of this alum at the end of the day. That's what the society requested you guys to do.
Okay, so this was... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying at the end of his life, not at the end of the day.
At the end of his day... Yeah, I'll just say, yeah, why... I mean, I get it if that's what the job is, but why? I think I'll echo Chadwick. Why us specifically?
Well, and as you guys, and this is just knowledge that you all sort of pertain from being in the SCU, the society will decide from its members and kind of pick who is most appropriate for sort of the task they have at hand that they send out. So with your guys' background, it must be a reason why it played into why you were chosen for this. You guys are kind of aware of how the society kind of works in that kind of sense, because with like the society meetings at the university, you can have like people obviously go and like talk about their experiences or, what they had to go do and investigate. And there's all kinds of people associated with your society, any kind of background. And there's reasons why they were sent on their sort of task. So this must correlate with your guys' background in some capacity.
I think the box might give us some clues too. I'm hoping it will.
I hope you're right, Chadwick. With that fella Zotst, it sounds like the clock's ticking.
Indeed, it is.
All right, you guys head down to downtown Arkham, cruise down to Chad Pad. And yeah, as you guys go up to this, you said fourth floor kind of sort of
it's
suite
like,
kind of
like
deal?
a walk-up, apartment. It's not that big because it's like, the 1920s. And
Yeah.
this is an older building, in the downtown historic district. So, yeah, got to walk up the stairs, but it's a nice pad.
You guys make it there. You enter in kind of deal. I'm guessing Jerome changes up his clothes and you settle in.
Where the washroom is.
Yeah. We'll get him suited up, and maybe I can get his clothing laundered.
All right. As you guys are there, you guys are getting settled in kind of deal. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we'll get everyone, set up with a little drink. And we'll be gathering in the parlor, of course. Summer, so I don't think I need to light a fire or anything. Maybe I'll open some windows, get some fresh air flowing through. Gets a little hot up there.
Do you have any tobacco for my pipe, good sir?
Oh, yeah, we've got some tobacco here. Give you some tobacco, and I think, once we're settled, a little bit comfortable, had a little sip, maybe made some chit-chat. I can imagine, the box sitting there on like a side table, and it's like, time to open this thing up.
Maybe I'll draw some of the curtains if that's what there is, and kind of light a few lights on the inside to kind of keep it all low and moody so no one's spying on the outside. Can't tell if we were being tailed. I don't trust that son of his. What's his name? Bertram? Gives me the heebie-jeebies, that guy.
So what is in this box? I look at it quizzically.
That's a pretty plain box. Nothing really unique about it per se. But who's going to do the honors of opening this bad boy?
Yes, I quizzically ask as I pick up the box and open it.
A gout of blood hits you in the... No, I'm just kidding. Okay, as you open up this box, so inside the box is a recently written letter. There seems to be a yellowed envelope sitting in there. There's a key and a small sarcophagus-shaped gold box of ancient design. And there's a little slim journal bound in leather.
Letter, key, sarcophagus,
yellow envelope,
and journal. Did you say?
Yep.
Journal.
There's a letter. There's an envelope, a key, a small sarcophagus-shaped gold box, and a slim journal.
Given my curiousness with ancient artifacts, I pull out the sarcophagus box and I pass what's remaining into Chadwick.
Okay.
All right. So we'll touch base on the sarcophagus box that you picked up there. So as you're looking at this thing, the lid comes off of the ornate box pretty easily. As you open it, there's really nothing inside. There is, it looks like hieroglyphics all over it kind of deal. Yeah, like a miniature kind of sarcophagus. Yeah, nothing inside though. Did you want to use any of your rolls or anything possible?
I was going to say, could I... what would that be? My archaeology? My geology?
Yep. You can either roll most likely history or archaeology if you have it, so you can try and roll that.
All right, I have a 31 in archaeology.
Okay, so you'd have to roll equal to or under that to be successful.
Oh, I'm unsuccessful.
Oh man, yeah, you're not really able to determine much. Like it's on the tip of your tongue kind of deal. You're like looking at it, and you're like, oh man, this is, what this is, kind of deal. So it's almost there.
I recognize these symbols, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you have some time, but you're just looking at it. It's really on the tip of your tongue, so you're going to be looking at that for a little bit. And we'll move, as the box got slid over before you did that, we'll move on to Chad.
I will take out the letter, and I'll pass the box along to Rex.
You sort of take out the letter, you fold it open. There you go.
Do you want to read it out? Chadwick, what does it say, dear Chadwick?
In the years after the nightmarish events of that night in my youth, I have seen many strange things. Only now do I begin to grasp the truth of reality and the scope of what is happening in the world. I've tried, in my small way, to combat the horrors and make amends for my part in bringing one to our plane of existence. What I have left to offer, what riches and wealth I have, I will put to good use in dealing with these abominations. It is the very least this old coward can do. I could never make myself go back to that little farmhouse and put those events to rights. I too gravely feared that which my friends and I loosed upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death, I fear the bonds will be broken, and that horror freed to come and go as it pleases. Lives not yet taken already weigh heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house. The translations made by Marion from the book, De Vermeus Mysterious, was never strong enough to take on the task, but I've hoped that you are. In ridding the world of this, perhaps you will save my soul from hell. For I fear that my deeds have not been enough to release me from this heavy burden. I do not expect your forgiveness for what I ask of you. Rupert Merriweather. Doesn't say much that he didn't already say.
Do we know where this farmhouse is?
So as the letter is being read and the box gets slid over, it's now in front of you there, Rex.
What's left?
What is left is there's a key and there is yellowed envelope.
Okay, I'll pick up the key. Any distinguishing markings on it?
Nope, it's just a plain sort of envelope that's seen like a lot of time, it seems.
No, the key.
Oh, the key is a general key. There's nothing too fancy about it. You assume it's for a house.
Hello, ticket to the front door. And I'll just pocket it into my coat. And I'll pick up the envelope and kind of look it over. I'm going to like hold it up to my nose and kind of smell it a bit. See if there's any like weird scents or anything.
No, it's just been weathered. So like it's just old. So it's been a couple of years.
I will deftly pop my switchblade and use it as a letter opener and just go across the top and open her up, and let's see what's inside.
As you cut the letter open, you take out the piece of paper inside, you unfold it, and it appears to be a deed for a farm property on Boone Road near Ross's Corner in a village west of Arkham.
I'll say to Chadwick, you ever thought of expanding your property hold? And then I'll show him the deed.
Boone Road?
Yeah, Boone Road.
And what was the town?
The town is Ross's Corners.
Corners, plural?
Yeah.
Okay. That was west of Arkham?
The village west of Arkham.
Well, I'm not usually interested in the countryside, but... Indeed. Interesting. Suppose we do manage to rid this supposed evil spirit from the house. Might be nice to have a little countryside getaway, right? Nudge Rex.
I could see that.
Oh, and the last thing in there, sorry, I know you asked if there was anything else in there, Rex. There's the Slim Journal. I forgot that wasn't taken.
Okay, well, I think I've done enough. I'll pass the box back around to the professor. Or whoever started. I think it was professor.
Yeah.
I will inspect the Slim Journal.
Awesome. So bound in plain leather and held together by cords. The journal is obviously handmade. As you sort of unravel it and take a look inside, the entry date initially is from 1876. All right, would you like to read through the journal?
Yeah, let's start with the first page.
First page indeed, my friend.
Or is it one of those, should I flip to the middle page, a random page in the middle? It's just...
For no good reason.
That's what they always do.
First page.
I guess I should read it out, eh?
Yes, indeed. Or you just can read. You can read it silently to yourself if you don't want to share it with Chad and Rex.
This sarcophagus is an artifact. Marion Allen has acquired an artifact purportedly Egyptian. It appears to be a small sarcophagus of gold. Inside is a large piece of amber, which entraps a specimen of some unknown species of arthrod. Allen is very excited as the box corresponds to a description he found in an ordinary reference volume in the university's Orne Library. Allen says that in another book, the De Vermis Mysterious is an explanation of the powers of the box. The text says that the small animal trapped in the amber is actually the host to a bound Djinn, a guide to the spirit world. Allen says that the tome mentions that originally there were 4 such pieces of amber contained in the box. There is no mention of what happened to the other 3. We are agreed, and a date has been set to conduct a ceremony intended to summon the Djinn, which Allen assures us will be friendly. We have chosen the night of Saturday, 18th of March, the night before the new moon.
Interesting. Is the time relevant at all? Like, is it close to that date of this year?
Nah, you guys are in summer right now.
Okay.
So it doesn't correspond.
No worries.
Next
Does anybody
page.
know when the next new moon is coming up?
So as you continue to thumb through this notebook, Jerome.
March 19th, 1877. We began the ceremony as Alan instructed, according to that described in De Vermis Mysterious. A fire is set in the fireplace and a pentagram chalked on the floor, marked with appropriate symbols and illuminated by 2 black tapers placed near the center, flanking the piece of amber with its entrapped spirit. The others sit in a circle, while I, the designated watcher, who guards for spirits, sit in the corner of the room. At least I get the comfort of a chair, while the others can look forward to sitting on the floor for hours. Alan throws a handful of powder in the fire, producing an evil-smelling smoke and dampening the flames, which now burn a sputtering green and brown. Those seated on the floor begin the Latin chant Alan has transcribed from his book. After nearly 2 hours, I see a trail of smoke circling up from the piece of amber. Its surface seems to be bubbling and melting. Can this be? Have we finally achieved success? I can see a form. And you guys flip to the next page?
Yep.
There's 100 pages, by the way.
This is
Pretty
a
long
full
journal, yeah.
constructed journal.
Yeah, it's a full year of this guy's life.
I can give you a break, Greg, if you want. I can read the next one. It's all good.
All right.
So March 20th, 1877. We have finished with our plans and have sworn a pact never to speak of what happened last night. We have satisfactorily explained the death of poor Robert, and in some manner the madness of Harold. The sheriff accepts the explanation of a carriage accident. We planned it well. Robert's neck was broken in the fall, we told him. Harold struck his head on a rock when the horse's leg broke and the carriage rolled. Would it be that it was only that? For the rest of us, we will be forever changed by what we experienced last night. I'll write down the true events so they are not lost completely. The thing formed in the center of the pentagram, shapeless and nearly invisible. Its terrible voice should have given us a clue, but we were so foolish. It spoke. Then Alan cast that damned powder on the Dijin, the dust of Ibn Ghazi, he calls it, and that's when we could all see it clearly. Words cannot adequately describe the faceless thing with 1,000 maws. It roiled and bubbled, never fully revealing itself at any one time. So terrifying was its aspect that I was frozen in place, my pen falling from my nerveless fingers. Cecil and Alan seemed as lifeless as myself, while a short, sharp cry issued from Crawford's mouth. Robert, however, rose to his feet, and before anyone could stop him, stepped forward as though to embrace our horrible guest.
Wow, gripping stuff.
What a bunch of boobs.
So as the page turns, with its arms, or those appends that seemed most like arms, it took hold of poor Robert and twisted his head around as though he was a doll. The lifeless corpse was then thrown back into Harold's lap, and that's when he begun that damnable shrieking. The shrieking that hasn't stopped since, even after we handed him over to the sheriff's men. We still had a chance, apparently. Alan now believes that if we had kept our wits, we could have reversed the summoning, and forced the creature back to wherever it came from, where Crawford panicked, and mistakenly believing that it would dispel the creature, reached forward and destroyed part of the pentagram, breaking the seal and ending its effectiveness. Released from the binding symbol, the thing, with a screech that could only have been unholy satisfaction, was ejected from the house, disappearing out the window as a roaring, screaming wind of boiling colors. So the next noted entry is March 24th, 1877. Alan intends to leave Arkham and travel to find a solution to this crisis. He said that he intends to seek out occult scholars in New Orleans. I pray he is successful, but my hopes are not high at this point. He insisted that I be custodian of the gold sarcophagus and not show it to anyone. What's even more odd is that he instructed me to not visit or even live in Boston. I can only guess as to why, as he will not tell me his reasoning, apart from his insistence that it is for my own safety. Marion still thinks that the thing could yet be destroyed, or at least dispelled, but none of us who remain have the stomach for such an undertaking. I hope I can find a way to safely banish it without another of us falling to its malevolent grip.
It's a tough word to say.
Mm-hmm.
malevolent. March 26th, 1877. We now believe that the spell we cast to summon it inextricably bound the thing to the house. Alan went back this morning to retrieve some of our belongings and store our ritual accoutrements. Thank you. He says that he heard it bumping around in the attic over his head, cursing him all the while. He said that it also told him that it only has to wait us out. When we who were present are all dead, it will roam the earth freely, slaughtering and feasting. Thankfully, the warding signs carved by Alan during better times that seem so long ago now, apparently are effective and bar the thing entry except into the attic of the farmhouse. I might be able to sleep a few hours tonight knowing it is bound to the attic and cannot harm anyone else. I am hopeful for the first time since we stupidly released it from its amber. If it told him the truth, then we have time to seek the answer. God be with you in your search, my friend.
And as you thumb through basically almost the last end of the journal.
October 14th, 1877. I just discovered that Marion Allen is dead and has been dead for some months now. He was murdered in New Orleans this past August. I suspect that he spoke to the wrong sort of people about the things he has seen, and they killed him. The newspaper mentions the sarcophagus, so they may have been after the gold. That is 3 of us gone now. I must do something. I've already begun ancient history classes at the university, so I believe I will try to research the problem at the farmhouse in that manner. Perhaps I will uncover an ancient secret of how to rid our world of that beast in my own way.
This newspaper clipping is in there?
Yeah, it's at the end of the journal.
Okay.
August 14th, 1877. Brutal murder at docks. New Orleans. The body of Mr. Marion Allen, late of Arkham, Massachusetts, was discovered early this morning near the Gulf and Panama docks. A victim of foul play, the man was identified by local witnesses who said that Mr. Allen had been seen in the locale the evening before. Although robbery was the apparent motive, police report that the victim had gruesome marks carved into his forehead and his tongue had been cut out. Mr. Allen had reportedly gone to the police earlier this week claiming that he was being followed and that he feared for his life. He said the shadowy pursuers were after an Egyptian artifact which he no longer possessed. And then there's the 6 people. Robert Mencken, March 1877. Harold Copley, August 1877. I'm assuming these are their dates of death. Marion Allen, August 1877. Crawford Harris, January 1910. Cecil Jones, March 1919. Rupert Merriweather, no date.
Today's
not dead
date.
yet.
Isn't he? I thought he died.
No, he's in a coma.
So at the end of the reading of the journal and everything sort of falls silent, you guys kind of soak in what the journal kind of states and what it kind of reveals into the fact of what was let out. Unfortunately, reading the volume and obviously reading it out loud for everyone, there's going to be just a little bit of a sanity lost. Everyone loses 2 sanity.
Just straight up?
Yeah.
So that's from our 75?
Yeah, whatever your stat number is, you just deducted your actual sanity points down by 2.
So that's based on power, right?
Yeah, so your power was like just what you started with, and now
Yep.
the sanity point deducted will be separate.
Okay. 2 out of that, so you put that in the current sanity. There we go. Voila, got it. Okay.
And you guys will also add 1 percentile to the Cthulhu Mythos skill, and you guys can put a check marks beside that skill.
There's no
at the end
box
of
for a check mark.
There's no box,
so
no.
you can. Oh, there's no box beside it.
No.
No, that's weird.
Okay, so we'll just mark that as well. Sorry. Yeah, you guys can put a check marks beside the occult skill. So then at the end of this scenario, you guys have a chance of rolling and then getting some bonus in the occult just because of what you've read.
But we still put a percentile point in Cthulhu Mythos, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Where's the occult skill? I don't see that.
It's under Navigate and above Operate Heavy Machines in the 3rd row.
Yeah, 3rd column.
Column, yes, not row.
But it's still at 5%. We don't get any skill in that.
No, we have a chance to get maybe 5%, I guess. Chance to get something. We got to roll or something.
So for the last entry, with the list of names. So those are supposedly who belong to the quote-unquote Dark Brotherhood, the group that was sort of made up by Merryweather and his friends. The dates, presumably, like Jerome kind of stated, it's probably the dates of each of their deaths. And guys can kind of tell that they've been written in various inks, but also they've all been written in the same hand, suggesting that Merryweather made an account of the deaths of his companions over several years.
Well, there's a lot in there. I mean, there's Boston, there's New Orleans, ritual, a gin,
There's
piece of
the
amber.
library. Where was that? Something about the library at the university. The Orne Library.
Orne Library, yeah.
Yeah, that's at the Miskatonic University, a very well-known library.
Oh, it's not at the Arkham University.
Yeah, this is the university's library. It's really well kept and well known.
Vermeus Mysterious. I mean, that's a volume in the library, it says.
Well, apparently the volume is also in the house.
That's what I got from that too, yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's been left in that house, right?
Could be.
So what was left in the house from the notes, it's transcriptions from what was utilized from the book.
No.
So yeah. And then, then they got that volume from the library, is what they stated.
Well, maybe we should start at the library.
So I guess in regards to how you guys want to do this opens up, like, with the information that was given, it opens up a couple avenues of research and investigation. So depending on how you guys want to, you guys can either split up. It's getting to be around, it's been a couple hours now for all the cleanup and everything else. You guys are there at 1 p.m. We're looking around, almost being around 6 o'clock now, 7 o'clock, after like rifling through everything, reading the journal.
So just break of character for a second. Just, is the scope technically, like with all this stuff and everything, this journal, how far away are some of these locations from each other? I mean, is this something we can just all handle at the farmhouse, or are we going to want to go to like New Orleans or something?
Well, with the information, so obviously there's tons of pieces of connections here. So obviously there's a route to go to New Orleans, which doesn't really absolve anything for what's occurring in the house at this point. There's also, it mentions Boston, where there's people that was associated with Boston, so you're not quite sure. It just depends on, what route you guys want to do. But the immediate sort of route is resolving, obviously, most likely from what Merryweather gave you, with regards to the whatever's in the house is what you want to look at. But you can search up any other leads possible associated to it, depending on your backgrounds and everything else like that. Like, you don't have to travel. It's not like you have to get in a car and travel to New Orleans. Like, remember in this game, like, there's the contacts, right? You can start making phone calls. You can reach out to see if you have any additional contacts. You could maybe start resourcing from that point. It's like kind of like, how you guys want to go about your investigation and what you guys want to sort of reach out to.
Right. Okay. Who's got some library use? I don't. I'm assuming the professor does.
Professor, for sure, yeah.
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 So maybe the professor should hit the library up.
I can go do that.
Yeah. Ancient history, Egypt. What do you think, Professor? Any of this ringing a bell?
Those symbols looked familiar, I think. If I went to the library and investigated, I might be able to search something up.
Great.
I'd like
Rex, what can we get you into?
I'd like to take a look at the farm property, kind of case the joint out, get an understanding of the layout and what we might be getting into if things go sideways.
What I could get into? I mean, I've got appraise. I could maybe use that and some connections through, the arts and the antiquities and the people that are, object-oriented in Arkham to perhaps get some more information about this sarcophagus somehow. I don't know if that's like stepping on Jerome's toes.
Anything can help at this point. We don't have much time.
You guys can tag team a spot too as well. You guys want to try and use resources at the same for the investigation.
I was going to say, are we sure going to the farmhouse alone is a good idea?
Probably best if I check it out.
Yeah, if you go, maybe just take a look from a distance and maybe go around the town and see what townsfolk say. The folks of the village. What do they say about this place? Do they go by there? Is there rumors about it? There's bound to be some kind of talk of the place.
I agree. One thing I'd like to add is we should maybe think about some people we know or have someone keep an eye on old Rupert there in his final state. Maybe send us an emergency, I don't know, what would it be at this point? They have telegraph or a message or something in case he does expire, because if everything that we've read holds true, that sounds like that's the end of the timer. So someone should be keeping an eye on that. I don't think one of us needs to physically be there, but we must know someone, or maybe his wife. Don't trust that kid, though.
Is the library near the teaching hospital?
Yeah, it's right adjacent to it. So the hospital is very close to the university.
I can stop by there, but I'll need a ride back to the university, or I guess I can hop in a cab.
Yeah.
You can always grab a cab. No worries.
Okay.
Okay, so the avenues that we're going for is Rex, you're going to go and attend. You're going to head over to Ross's Corners. You're going to head out to the Hamlet.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see how far that is. That's a few miles west of Arkham. So just let me know. So for yourself, just let me know what you're packing with you on this excursion trip. And then we have Chad. And Chad and Jerome, are you guys both going to attend the library together? Or are you guys going to split up and then meet up?
Yeah, I was going to try and maybe get some contacts to take a look at this thing, the sarcophagus.
Okay.
But I thought maybe Jerome could go to the library and dig around about that Vermeus Mysterious or similar books or something like that. Because you said they didn't take it; they just have transcripts from it.
Yeah, transcripts from it that they left at the house.
Right. So we could, you could talk to a librarian about that if there is a librarian who knows of it.
Yeah.
Right. And so Chad, you're going to make some phone calls from your pad.
Yeah, I'll make some phone calls, or if I gotta pound the pavement, I'll go out and hit up some of my contacts that are, people that are interested in objects, antiques, antiquities, oddities, things like that.
Okay. All right. So we will do this in order of, let's start with Jerome. So you're going to take a taxi from, obviously, Chad's place from the downtown and head on over to the university.
Mm-hmm. I'll first go in and check on Rupert Merriweather.
So for yourself and your background, obviously yourself being a professor and you being knowledgeable in medicine, you're able to speak with the front counter staff, which they know you from the university, so it's not too far of a stretch, and they knew that you're here earlier in the day. So you can just ask the front counter staff, which the front counter to the hospital is just run by a check-in desk by one of the nurses. That sort of waves at you as you walk in.
All right. Can I give them, I guess, Chad's number and also my... I'm trying. How to telegraph sent? Are they some delivered by somebody?
Well, you can send a telegraph, but they have a phone at the hospital, so yeah,
Okay.
they could give Chad a call. And you're basically asking specifically about how Merriweather is.
Yes.
So as you sort of bring up Merriweather to the front counter staff, she'll look kind of somber and kind of explain to you about a couple hours ago he passed away.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Can I well, obviously they know. Can I inform Chad at his place?
Do you want to try and you can call him for sure?
Yeah,
I'm guessing Chad would still be there and Rex would have already left by now.
Oh, I'm totally on the road.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, exactly, right? No, yeah, it's already, yeah. So you got this, and you're like, yeah, that moment of, oh
crap. Passed away. I'm almost thinking I should call Chad, let him know, and then get my car and start heading towards, speeding towards Ross's Corner to catch up to Rex.
Up to you.
Okay,
So
how about I call Chad and talk to him about it and ask what Chad thinks we should do?
Sure. Yeah. So, obviously, yeah, you'll request to utilize the phone, and the nurse would be more than happy to let you use the phone to give Chad a call.
Chadwick, I just got news that Rupert has passed away.
Oh, what?
Has Has Rex left yet?
Yeah. I mean, he got out of here in a hurry. Oof.
I'm not sure he should be heading there by himself.
This is not good. There's no way to contact him now. I just hope he has the sense to stay away from the house, keep a safe distance, Oof.
I could try and hop in my car and try and catch up to him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe we should all go. Where are you right now? You're at the
hospital.
Hospital, all right. Yeah. I'll swing down there and we'll go together.
Okay.
Hang tight, and then I'll hang up and I'll rush down.
Rush down or finish off that cognac.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a few drinks in. It's fine. I can drive. I drive better like this. Yeah.
So 1920s.
Yeah. The cars only go like, what? What's the max speed these things go? 50 miles an hour or something?
Yeah, probably something. Not too crazy.
They don't go as fast as contemporary cars.
Yeah. 40 is like, you'd be going pretty balmy at 40, 50. So, in racing from your place, just a list of stuff that you're going to bring with you in your vehicle.
Oh, I mean, just, whatever I have on hand with me.
Yeah, so it's about 7 o'clock. It's about 6, 7 o'clock now. So by the time you get out to Ross's Corner, it's going to be nighttime.
Yeah.
So
bring
whatever
like
you want to bring.
If I can. Kind of lantern or flashlight or whatever that technology would be. Maybe that's like an oil lantern, I'm imagining.
Yeah, let me do a quick thing. There's a couple, so I'll give you an option here. There's a few things that are.
Maybe they do have flashlights.
They have.
Quite sure.
They have all that kind of stuff.
More like quintuple A batteries. Just
how are they powered? Oh yeah, they got some
Super D cells.
Did they have flashlights in the 1920s? Oh, the first one's 1899. Damn. They did not sell too well because of the behaviors of batteries. Because carbon filament electric bulbs were inefficient. So they probably drained them pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll say you're able to grab a couple like flashlights and torches and stuff like that. So there's some kerosene lanterns and whatever you think that you'd have on hand.
While I'm waiting, can I go grab some stuff out of the trunk of my car?
Yeah, whatever you'd be traveling with regularly, what you think that would be in the car, for sure.
Sorry, just in case it's relevant, what is it? Did you assign a specific year of the 1920s, or are we just being general about it?
23.
23? Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's see some outdoor travel here. All right, so you can have your choice from, gasoline lantern, built-in pump, kerosene lantern, dark lantern, electric torch, pen light, flare, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll take an electric torch.
Okay.
I grabbed the electric torch out of my car and a couple of my emergency flares.
All right, awesome. Any of you guys bring any firearms or anything like that?
Yeah, I bring my, what did I pick? I picked like a 32 revolver. Not that powerful. Seems appropriate.
And my bolt-action single-shot rifle happens to be in the trunk. I grabbed it. Never leave the house without it.
Yeah, exactly. Never leave home without it. You never know.
And my compass as well, so we don't get lost. And I change into my travel clothes, which is like collared shirt, leather jacket, rugged pants.
You race into the university grounds and change in a bathroom like Batman or Superman.
Probably got an office if he's a professor.
Yeah. For immediate sake. Goes up to like the 5th floor just to go.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be what you guys are doing. So we'll say that you get your gear, you head down, you're able to pick up the professor, and you guys are on your way out to Ross's Corners. So now we will go to Rex.
Okay, so I needed to let you know what I was taking initially. Now it's my turn. So I'm going with pretty much everything. I got my trusty switchblade, my 9mm revolver in the chest holster, and the trunk of my car. I have my 30 lever action carbine. And as far as things go, I will take the the flashlight thing. And I will also have a gas-powered lamp as backup, as the flashlight technology is unreliable, but because they're, new and awesome, we have a couple. I just got like my pen and notepad, pocket watch, just kind of that stuff, my coat, little like travel bag if I needed to stay overnight, if this hamlet has like a, roadside inn or whatever. Yeah, it was just with like generic toiletries, whatever. I don't think anything else super specific. I do have the deed, which I would take in case anyone questioned why I was out that way, as I have just acquired a new property. And the key, which I pocketed when we were going through the box. And I think that's pretty much everything, and maybe a snack. And my $10 or whatever my money is. A saw back.
Saw good. Saw good.
I see what you did there.
All right, so yeah, you got your gear and you've been driving for a little bit and you've just made it. It's just about, it's about nighttime now. So you kind of get into Ross's Corners. And right away as you're driving in, it sort of consists of a few tired buildings and homes. Clearly, like the prosperity of the local farms around Ross's has long been declining. And it's like a really small hamlet. From what you know of this place, because it's so close to Arkham, it's like maybe 40, 50 people live here. That there's the church, a general store, post office, gas station kind of deal. That's basically the whole community. So the question is, because the deed and obviously going out to the house, you have to drive through Ross's Corner, so you can either stop if you want or if you can continue on.
So when you say it's night, like how late is it right now?
From your drive, and then it's probably around 8:30.
Pretty late by 1920 standards. I don't imagine there's any place open in this small hamlet town.
Gas station appears to be open.
Oh, there is a gas station. All right. Well, let's stop there.
So you pull into this gas station. It seems to be pretty beat up in the sort of sense. Obviously, there's like a pretty small sort of convenient store attached to it kind of deal. Not many people around right now. It's pretty quiet out as you pull up to a pump. Are you just pulling up to a pump, or are you pulling up just in a parking spot beside it?
Oh, whatever. I'll maybe get some gas. Yeah, I'll pull up to a pump.
Okay.
It's one of those like full service kind of deals or something?
No one comes out to service, so you're on your own for this one.
Okay.
Pull up, head in. It's pretty. There's like a dim lantern that's sitting outside the front door of this gas station. Yeah, no one quite around. Pretty quiet out.
Yeah, I will pump the gas, check it out. Can I see the store clerk or whatever inside as I'm pumping the gas?
Yeah, you can see the silhouette of looks like a lady from as you're staring from the car. You can see her through the window.
All right.
You can see like one other patron sort of wandering around, it seems, inside the gas station.
Okay. I'll look around for anyone else and maybe just kind of, study their movements, what they're doing, see if there's anything suspicious afoot. I mean, I'm assuming not, but Rex is a little paranoid for obvious reasons, so he'll ascertain as much information before heading in as possible.
Yeah, so you're sitting there, nonchalant, pumping the gas. You see one citizen kind of step out of the sort of corner store kind of deal in the gas station, just stares at you for a long while. It's kind of like you can see him illuminate from the light. It's just a pretty scrawny looking individual, just stands there and stares, kind of glowering in a certain sense, and then just continues, walks off into the night.
I'll tip my fedora at them as I'm kind of gassing up, reverse-handed, You
get quite the cold shoulder feeling from this citizen.
Fair enough. After gassing up, I will head in to pay and maybe get a pack of cigarettes and talk to the store clerk.
All right. Yeah, as you go in, you get up to the counter and stuff like that, and this sort of great old lady with some pretty thick rimmed glasses kind of looks at you and gives you sort of like a side-eye glance. It's like, is gas going to be all?
And a pack of smokes.
She'll swivel around and
ruffle through a cabinet and grab you a pack of smokes and toss it on the counter in front of you. That'll be $3.50 in total.
All right. Slide her the sawbuck.
Are you going to slide her $10? Okay, she'll sort of grab that and make some change for you and hand it back to you.
While she's doing that, I'll say, I'm new in town. I'm actually on my way to property my great uncle left me, and I'll just kind of take out the deed of the fold of my coat. Do you know much about, and then whatever the address is there? I didn't have it written down.
She'll kind of put like your change right on what you basing on. She's like, I don't know nothing about nothing. So you're going to have to start doing a little bit more talking, you seem, because this lady doesn't seem to be too impressed with you. Do you have any of the skills like charm, fast talk?
I got intimidate.
Yeah, that works too.
All right. Listen here, ma'am. I need you to really help me out. It's late. I've been on the road for many hours. I'm not getting a good feeling that this was the best investment forced upon me. So, unless you're looking to close early, maybe you want to help me out.
All right, make your intimidation roll.
16.
Okay.
Sorry.
She'll kind of be like, well, my apologies. It's been a long day for everyone. So what were you wanting to know? This property, the old farmhouse?
Yeah. Whereabouts is it?
Well, she'll give you sort of the directions towards just going straight out of town, obviously out of Ross's Corner, and it's just Boone Road, which is not too far away, but it's still past Ross's Corner. As you sort of talk about the old farmhouse, she'll kind of shake her head and be like, I don't know why you want to go up there. That place is haunted. Cutting to the drive scene. As you guys cruise out.
Just cruising.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, indeed.
I think Rex is going to be heading straight to that house.
Better sense than that. I never know, though. Fellows that came back from the war, some of them are a bit, whatever happened to them over there affects their judgment.
Yep. Wish we had some time to look at the library.
Yeah, I would have liked to have spoken to some folks I know about that sarcophagus. Interesting little object. I have a feeling someone would know something about it. Yeah, something about this still happening a little too fast.
Well, if Rupert's dead, who knows where this demon is? This Djinn.
You guys continue on the road. The thought creeps into your minds. If you're just going to look on the outside of the house, why did you take that damn key?
Oh.
Why did he take that damn key?
Yeah, why did he?
And that concludes part 1 of The Edge of Darkness. Thank you so much for listening. Please check the show notes for relevant links and credits to music used in this podcast. Until next time.